Today, I'm delighted to be joined by Dave O'Neill, the MD of American West Metals.
Hi, Dave. How are you?
Good, thanks. So I understand your focus is on clean energy metals in North America. Can you give me a high-level summary of the projects?
It is, that's right. I mean, our strategy has been to acquire base metal assets with precious metal credits in North America. And the basis behind this comes from our strong belief that really, if you want to find and develop large deposits, you really have to be in an area that has them. So, you know, we've entered into 3 option agreements on 3 projects, 2 in Utah and 1 in Nunavut in Canada, which are both tier 1 mineral jurisdictions. West Desert's an existing copper, zinc and indium deposit located in western Utah and within the same belt as Bigham Canyon, Tintic and Park City. It shares same geology, scale as these amazing camps, and it's emerging as a one piece in a very large mineral system. So we're very excited about that project. Also Storm Seal, Canada, essentially 2 projects in one. These are located close to the Polaris zinc lead mine near Resolute. This is an existing mining district with all the infrastructure in place, so it's ready to go. Seal is a high-grade Mississippi type zinc silver deposit at over 10% zinc, while Storm is a high-grade copper prospect with mineralisation defined over multiple zones over around 15 square kilometres. Copper Warrior, also located in Utah. It's a sedimentary copper target only 15 kilometres from Utah's second largest copper mine at Wisdom Valley. So it's very exciting. We have fantastic locations and confirmation of potential for scale at all of these projects.
Fantastic. So you mentioned West Desert is your flagship asset. Can you tell us a bit more about the highlights of this project?
Sure. So West Desert's an asset which we essentially built American West around. It's a large porphyry-related skarn carbonate replacement deposit. If I could narrow it down to 3 highlights, that have to be inherent value, growth potential, and exploration upside. In terms of the inherent value, West Desert's got a large historical resource, over 59 million tonnes, but it's what is relatively low grades. However, we've identified the real value, which is a coherent high-grade core to the deposit, which sits around 15 to 20 million tonnes at over 6% zinc. This contains over 1 million tonnes of zinc already, with significant quantities of copper and indium. This is really going to underline our value. Also, in terms of growth, we know the deposit has got high-grade zones of silver, gold, and moly. All of these have not been included in the historical resource estimation. So there's real potential there for immediate upside. Also, significantly, drilling in 2018 outside the resource identified further zones of ore grade and thickness. So we know there's expansion potential as well. Lastly, in terms of exploration upside, like I mentioned, West Desert's really one part of a very large mineral system. We know from Tintic and Bingham that these deposits usually form in multiples around large porphyries, and that's exactly what we're starting to see here. There are numerous drill intersections outside the deposit contain high-grade zinc, lead, and copper, and this gives us real belief that there's more good news on the way.
It's fantastic. Thank you for that. So I understand you're progressing towards an IPO. What do the next 6 months look like for American West?
Busy, very busy. Obviously, the first focus is to successfully complete the IPO. In terms of West Desert, we've recently completed a gravity survey. This is an amazing data set. You know, we want to complete the interpretation on that, and that should give us real line of sight to the exploration potential around West Desert. Also, immediately after the IPO, we plan to intend starting the drilling and other scoping study activities with the aim to deliver JORC compliant resource in the next 6 to 12 months and also give clarity around the preferred exploration and development strategy for them. We also hope to get the exploration rig to start work on some of the high priority targets around the place. In terms of Storm, we also recently completed an EM survey up there. Interpretation is still underway, and hopefully that will also give us a nice pipeline of additional targets in that part of the world. You know, the new program will consist of further geophysics and drilling in the new season. One of the things we want to do, particularly at Storm, is start to define the volumes of high-grade copper around some of the existing prospects up there. And Copper Warrior will see the first ever drill campaign at the prospect, which will start during the US spring next year. So yes, plenty of news on offer for investors in the next 6 months.
Fantastic, Dave. Well, thank you for the update. We look forward to following the progress as you progress towards listing, and we'll keep everyone updated. Thank you.
Thanks, Danica. Thanks for having us.